and we hit start.
Cancer is such a terrible problem, scientifically, medically, diverse problem. Cancer is not one disease, it's many things, and it's going to take a lot of tools to overcome that.
Some of those tools are being developed by startup companies sharing space in the BioGenerator Labs at the BioSTL Building in St. Louis.
So all that takes a lot of money, and to win this battle is going to take big dollars.
BioGenerator Ventures is helping to launch companies in the cancer research space. This gives startups a real shot at getting ideas from bench to market in the battle against all types of cancer. BioGenerator is the startup creation and investment arm of the local innovation hub, BioSTL.
Some have raised hundreds of millions of dollars. You read about Woojin and Arch Oncology and Immunophotonics. These are companies that are progressing their potential therapies in patients today.
Recently, President Joe Biden announced he would renew the U.S. Beau Biden Cancer Moonshot initiative, a $1.8 billion cancer research program with a target of decreasing cancer deaths by at least 50% in the next 25 years. As BioGenerator's Senior Vice President, Charlie Bolten believes St. Louis will play a growing role.
The Moonshot is putting dollars into the top of the funnel. That starts with the basic research that kicks out these ideas. And unquestionably, Washington University is on the map. It's a top 5 medical teaching hospital in the world. Some of the very best and brightest scientists thinking about cancer research live in St. Louis, Missouri, and are doing their research here. That's where the ideas come from. And then they spin out into what we do. So we start companies based on promising ideas. If you just say, what are we working on in St. Louis? It's pretty much everything. A lot of the companies today are working on trying to shift the balance of power back to the natural system to destroy the cancer versus kind of the poisons of the early days of cancer therapies.
In BioGenerator's portfolio, the startup company Woojin is developing new immunotherapies targeting different types of leukemia and other solid tumor cancers. Immunotherapy uses a patient's immune system to fight cancer. One of Woojin's cellular therapies is focused on natural killer cells, which is one of the body's natural defenses against cancer. With Woojin's memory natural killer cell technology, a patient is treated with enhanced natural killer cells to find and destroy cancer cells that have learned to hide from the patient's immune system.
One question we get a lot is, why are you building a company in St. Louis as compared to Boston or San Francisco? The answer is really there's so much scientific talent that's in St. Louis coming from WashU or SLU or many of the other universities here. And that talent, unfortunately, leaves after they leave WashU. They go to the coasts. And so what we're really doing here with the assistance and support of BioSTL is building a company in St. Louis that can stay in St. Louis and keep the science and technology here. And really what we're hoping is that with state support and with federal support, Missouri and St. Louis can really become a hub of biotech innovation.
The research for Woojin started in a Washington University School of Medicine laboratory. Now, Woojin has more than 50 employees working in the BioGenerator lab space. The research for this company, called Geneoscopy, also started at WashU. Geneoscopy is trying to help people win the battle against colon cancer by offering a new, non-invasive screening tool to identify disease early. Geneoscopy raised $105 million in 2021. Bolten says there's a growing number of startup companies dedicated to cancer treatment and prevention in St. Louis. BioSTL started taking steps years ago to put St. Louis on the map as a hub for life sciences, and this includes startups in the cancer research space.
It starts with the BioSTL story. So Dr. Danforth visited Boston and saw how the presence of a world-class university could transform, a city and create an economy in a city, and embarked on this journey to create that in St. Louis.
With President Biden's Cancer Moonshot, Bolten expects the influx of federal dollars will help cancer-related startup companies expand and grow, making the startups more attractive for venture capital firms to invest.
And so the Moonshot is putting more resources into the whole system. And part of that is going to go into companies. That's still being worked through, the details of how much that's going to go, for example, from the NIH into funding into startups. But the expectation is a combination of both. And so more dollars going into research means more dollars going into our companies, and more companies in St. Louis working to try and solve this in so many different ways.